Hello viewers, I'm Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problem 3 related with hybrid parameters. The problem is find the hybrid parameters for the two-port network and this is the given diagram. So, what is the basic formula of hybrid parameters? It is given by V1 is equal to H11I1 plus H12V2 and I2 is equal to H21I1 plus H22V2. So here as usual we are going to make this V2 0 and we are going to calculate the value of H11 and H21 and similarly we are going to make this current I1 as 0 and we are going to calculate H12 and H22. So first we are making V2 as 0. So how to make V2 as 0? Again you see this is a two-port network and this is our input port and this is our output port. So you see this is V1 and this is V2 and I1 is the current flowing through the input port and I2 is the current which flows through the output port. Now V2 is made 0. When V2 can be made 0? Just by short circuiting. So once you short circuit this terminal and this terminal, they remain at the same potential. Therefore that the voltage will be 0. So here now by short circuiting we have made this V2 as 0. So once V2 is made 0, this equation is V1 is equal to H11I1. Therefore H11 is given by V1 by I1. Now we are going to calculate V1. So here this is your V1 and this is the current which flows. So at this node what happens? The current gets divided into 2. So what does this mean? That is these two resistors are connected in parallel and that combination comes in series with this 2 ohm resistor. So here the impedance value is given by, you see these two resistors are parallel. So how to find the equivalent resistance? You have to apply the formula. R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2 and this combination comes in series with this 2 ohm. So here just 2 plus and this is the equivalent impedance of this combination. So 2 plus 6 into 3 is 18 and 6 plus 3 is 9 and they get cancelled, we get 2 and 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 ohm. So now you see H11 is V1 by I1 and what is the value of V1? V1 is nothing but I1 into the impedance. So what is the value of impedance? It is 4. So I1 into 4 divided by this I1. So finally H11 is given by 4 ohms. Now we are going to calculate, just now look at this equation. So in this equation when V2 is made 0, we can calculate H21. Therefore, I2 is equal to H21 I1 and now H21 is I2 by I1. So here again with the same circuit, now we are going to calculate the value of I2. So here we are going to apply the current division rule. So what is the current division rule? Total current into opposite resistance divided by total resistance. So this is the base formula. So here you see the direction of I1 and I2 are opposite to each other. So first you see I2 is equal to minus I1 into opposite resistance, the resistance which is opposite to I2. So what is the resistance which is opposite to I2? It is 6. So here 6 divided by total resistance. So what is the total resistance? You have to consider the path traveled by I2 because here we are considering we have to calculate only I2, right? So here the path traveled here is it travels like this. So the total resistance is 3 plus 6 which is nothing but 9. So here I2 is equal to minus I1 into 6 by 9. So when you simplify, here we are getting 2 by 3. Okay, we are cancelling by 3. So I2 is given by this expression. So what is H21? It is I2 by I1. So in the place of I2, just substitute this equation. So here when you substitute, you see I2 is equal to minus I1 into 2 by 3 by I1. So now this I1, they cancel each other. And finally here we have minus 2 by 3. Therefore H21 is given by minus 2 by 3. So now we are going to calculate the remaining two parameters. So for that, we are going to make the term I1 as 0. When I1 can be made 0, whenever there is an open circuit. Okay, the current never flows in an open circuit path. So when you open circuit this V1, obviously I1 is made 0. So here we can easily calculate H12. So V1 is equal to H12 V2. So when you rearrange, H12 is V1 by V2. Now we are going to calculate V1 and V2. So you see from this diagram, what is V1? V1, it is nothing but it is the voltage impressed across this 6 ohm resistance. Because you see here, now we have open circuited, okay, there is nothing here. And the value of current, and no current flows through this. So here V1, it is nothing but it is voltage impressed across this 6 ohm. So what is the current that flows through this 6 ohm? It is obviously I2, because you see the current I2 which starts from here, actually at this node it has to divide. But here there is an open circuit, there is no path for the current to flow. Therefore, this entire current again flows through this 6 ohm. So here the only current that flows in this circuit as of now is only I2, because of this open circuit the current I1 is 0, and therefore the current that flows through the 6 ohm is I2. That's why V1 is written as 6 into I2, because V is nothing but I into R. Similarly, while writing expression for V2, the same thing, right? The current that flows through this 3 ohm again flows through this 6 ohm. It never flows through this 2 ohm. Why? Because here there is an open circuit. Therefore, V is given by, again V2 is given by I into R. So here the current that flows through this circuit is I2. And what about the resistance? Here we are considering only these two resistors. So again these two resistors are connected in series, right? When the current never divides at this node, obviously the entire current that flows through this 3 ohm will flow through this 6 ohm. Yes or no? So here the value of V2 is given by 3 plus 6, that is I2 into 3 plus 6. So which is nothing but V2 is equal to 9 into I2. So therefore H12 is given by V1 by V2. So what is V1? V1 is nothing but 6I2. And what is V2? V2 is nothing but 9I2. So again these two terms get cancelled, and here we have 6 by 9. Again when you cancel by 3, it is 2 by 3. Therefore H12 is given by 2 by 3. Now the last parameter here is I2. So I2 is equal to H22 V2. So here H22 is nothing but I2 by V2. Therefore, just now we have calculated the value of V2, right? So V2 is 9I2. So just substitute it over here. When you substitute, you see these two terms, they get cancelled, and finally we have 1 by 9 mho. So therefore the value of H22 is 1 by 9 mho. Why here we are mentioning the unit? Because it is the ratio of current to voltage. Therefore it is mho. But here you see it is the ratio between voltages. Therefore we don't have any unit here. Similarly, for H21 also it is the ratio between the currents. Therefore here there is no unit. And finally you see for H11 again it is the ratio between voltage to current. Therefore here the unit is ohms, right? So always remember to mention the units whenever it is necessary, wherever it is necessary. So that's all. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.